welcome to the official podcast of Sound Creation Intelligence. I am Scientific SD. Now, I'd like to first start off just by saying thank you for visiting and watching my podcast. This is my first video, the very first YouTube video. I'm excited, and I got a lot of things I want to share. But in this video, I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of what the podcast will be about. And just give you a little bit of information so that you will know what to expect when you visit my YouTube channel. Like I said, I am Scientific SD. My website is Sound Creation Intelligence. You can find that by typing in soundcreationintelligence.com, or you can just type in Sound Creation Intelligence in your favorite web browser of choice, whether it is Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Mac users. If you're still using Safari, I haven't touched a Mac in a very long time, but I'm trying to transition to a Mac, or at least have a Mac that I can switch or interchange with my Windows PC setup whenever I want. But just go into those browsers and type in soundcreationintelligence.com, and it will pull up my website. And I'll actually just show you here that this is my website right here. Okay, so if you go to my website, since we're on it, if you just go to my website and you click this big silhouette, no matter what page you land on, if you click this silhouette of a record, and then up under it says SEIENT official custom sound designs, that is me. If you just click on that silhouette, it'll take you to the home page of soundcreationintelligence.com, and from there you can navigate my website and find a lot of interesting things. At the very top of the navigation menu, you will see on the right side 3 icons for social media connections, and you'll see the navigation menus here. The main menu has the home, info bulletin section, and a recordings organic section. Since I'm on here, I'll show you a few things. When you come to the home page, you scroll down, you're going to see 4 boxes. Okay. APE, which is an acronym for Audio Production Elements. SS, Sacred Sonics, which is a sound design effects section of my website. You'll see Intelligence, which is the resource section of the website. This Intelligence section is the exact same section as Info Bulletin. And then you have the Experiments section, which is titled Sonic Disasters, which is where I just post experiments that may have gone wrong. But I show ways that I kind of recycled them a little bit, and maybe perhaps made a little library, micro library out of them. But those are the main 4 navigation sections on the home page that will help you get to the fruit and the nuts and bolts of Sound Creation Intelligence. And then one more thing, if you go into sound articles, this is the blog section of Sound Creation Intelligence. Okay. At the very bottom of the home page, or most of the pages on the website, you will see a link, or you will see the word legal. If you just hover over that with your mouse and you click it, this will give you all of the end user license agreement and global site policies for the entire website and any products that you acquire from me. I am a DIY artist. I am just like you. I'm an individual who has been into music and sound design all of his life. But several years ago, I decided to turn my passion for creating into a career. I want to financially support myself doing what I love to do the most, what I love to get up in the morning and go to sleep at night doing, and that is um, audio production and sound design. So I am just like you, and I do most of my work from home. I very rarely enter into a studio unless I need to hear sounds in a controlled environment so that I could take notes, make changes, but those things kind of happen when I get back to the house. Or, if I go to a different location where I'm with a colleague or something like that. But other than that, I'm just like you. I work at home. I have a 9 to 5, and I'm just pursuing my passion, which is a career in audio production and sound designs, creating my own custom packs, doing commissioned work for businesses and individuals who like what I do. Okay, so that's the website. Please go check out the website, bookmark the website. The website, uh, go to the articles, make comments, interact with each other, uh, leave me constructive criticism, suggestions, or just support. You know what I mean? And it's all welcomed. I really appreciate any support that I get from fellow sound designers and music and sound creators and enthusiasts. So as you can see, my platform of choice to create with is up on the board, and it is Ableton Live. I've been using Ableton Live for about, I can't even speculate anymore. But it's well over 14 years. I've been using Ableton for well over 14 years, and I don't see it switching from that because there's just implementing so much more stuff, and I just love this program for so many reasons. It is very ironic that I use this for sound design, the way that I do sound design, because Ableton is really, really, really known for DJing and live performances and a lot of EDM and music. But it is also a beast when you're doing sound designing and transitioning live audio recordings into other sounds. The tools they have are amazing. Um, the functionality is amazing. So yeah, I'm a die hard Ableton Live uh, user. Okay, so what I do specifically, um, what I do is I go out into the real world and I capture live recordings, and I also use kind of like my body, sometimes like some Foley recording at home. Uh, and I manipulate sound waves. But those are the main 3 ways, and those are pretty much my signature ways of beginning to get into the sound design workflow process. I capture all sounds personally. Okay. Even if I get a recording of somebody else, I'm recording that sound. I don't use third party sounds at all. All of my sounds come from me capturing that recording, or I use the basic waveforms as a start. Sine, square, triangles, sine, saws, and I use some hybrids like pulses and stuff like that. But I don't take any third party sounds that have been created from anywhere else into my sound designs. They all come from sounds that I capture and I compile into libraries over, it's been a long period of time. And then when I get those sounds and I capture them, I bring them to my laptop. I clean them. I use for audio editing. I use Adobe Audition. and I use Isotope RX to do a lot of the editing. So I do the audio editing, cleaning the sounds up, removing all of the sound anomalies. And then based on the project that I'm currently working on at that time, I take the sounds into Ableton and then I take them through a transitioning process. And to me, that is the essence and the true nature of sound design. And so that's really what this podcast is all about. It's really just me sharing a lot of the behind the scenes workflow processes and real world um processes that go into a lot of the sounds that I am designing. Um, and then another level to this skill set is that I do two particular uh, it's two different avenues of sound design that I actually create. Back on the website, you'll notice that, like I said, you have Ape at the very top, then you have Sacred Sonics. And I pulled this up again just to give you a better understanding. I want you to see this at least. On the website, my website it has two boxes on the home page. The first box is Ape, which is audio production elements, and then here you have Sacred Sonics SS, and this is sound design effects. So let's start here. In my sound design process for audio production elements, I specialize in doing two different things. These aren't the only things that I do. These are just the two things that I love to do a lot of. Even before I decided to make this a career, these were just things that I love to do when I was producing. And that is, I used to love to create my own kind of percussion drum sounds, and I really loved trying to create my own ambient synth pad sounds. And so I built and worked on that skill set and came up with signature and signature workflows and techniques that I can call my own. And from that, I started creating, my own personal libraries of sounds. And so now I'm just doing the same thing, but I'm presenting these sounds to you all. And in audio production elements in Ape, um, there are two featured products. One is, I believe, it's free. Don't quote me on that. I believe my drum pack is free. I'm not going to give away too much information because I want you to go and explore the website yourself. But it's two featured products, and that is the Dead Leaves Perk Pack and the Vessel Notes. And so the Dead Leaves Perk Pack is an experimental percussion collection of drum sounds that I've created from, maybe you've guessed it, dead leaves on a tree. So this is sound design. This is recording a sound and transitioning it, turning it into a completely different sound. So I went outside, captured a live recording of some dead leaves on a tree outside here in my backyard, just shook the hell out that tree, captured the leaves sounding really crispy and crumbly, and I turned those into these experimental drum instrument sounds, the basic kick drum, hi-hat, snare, uh, and it's available to you. It's not a lot of sounds in it right now. It's uh, upgradable forever, and it's free for now. I believe that's how I have it set up. It's free for a limited time, but it will always be upgradable. I will always keep working on it. You're going to always get interesting new sounds. But I'm not going to get too in depth on trying to sell dead leaves right now. I'm not really gimmicky, so you check it out for yourself. Listen to some of the demos. If you go into each section, there are demos, then you can hear the sounds. Vessel Notes is the example of the sound design workflow process that I use when I am creating evolving and ambient type of synth sounds. And these are the actual same way I go out. I capture live sounds, or for instance, the pack that I'm soon to release with the vessel notes is, I'm not sure if I'm going to release it as sounds or as Ableton Live instrument yet, but it is the vessel notes Solis Zumbador is the source recording for that pack is just a female, somebody really close to me doing some silly, awkward humming. You know what I'm saying? And so I just captured that recording and then created, took it through a lot of processing, and then created an instrument that you can use to create some really, really crazy sounds, some really beautiful sounds. So you can visit Ape and see that part. But this section, Ape, is the sound design section where I'm creating audio production elements. It's things that you would use to create sound recordings, music. Okay. Uh, but in contrast, Sacred Sonics is about sound effects. And in this section, the sounds are really, really great for sci-fi, and then the film and gaming industry. Sci-fi, horror are really the two main genres. These sound effects can be used for anything, but they really, really shine in film and in game. There are examples if you just go through the Sacred Sonic sound design effects section. There are examples where the sounds are being used by a motion graphic artist for glitches and camera transitions, some of everything. But the same process kind of takes place in the beginning. I go out and I record sounds, but in the Sacred Sonic section, in my sound effects section, the majority of my sounds are metal based. That's what I specialize in doing when it comes to sound effects. All of the sound effects that I create originally have a source recording of probably something metal. 9 times out of 10, everything is metal, 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 metals. And so this is a featured. This picture I'm showing right now says it's the title is Robotic Artifacts and it's Texturized Glitch EFX. And this is the featured product in the sound effects section of Sound Creation Intelligence that is up for sale. This is my first child, my first sound effects library child. Very proud of it. Spent a lot of time working on it. Once again, though, I am not really gimmicky. I'm not a salesman. So check the sounds out. They are really good for motion graphic artists who work on their own projects and apply their own sounds to those projects. And in the future, you can look for some videos where I'm going to Skype or physically connect with a colleague and a fellow motion graphic designer who a 3D motion graphic designer who uses these sounds, and he has some really cool tricks on and tips on how he actually manipulates the sounds and use them in his animations. And he's one of my partners here, so you can actually go to his Instagram and check out his works. A lot of the sounds that he uses as effects um, for his animations are from this pack, Robotic Artifacts. But anyway, that's the bread and butter of what I do. I go out, I capture sounds, I bring them back, drop them into an audio editor, clean them, drop them into Ableton, and from that I'm creating either some form of an audio production element that you can use and to create music, or I'm creating some sound effects that you can manipulate and embed into your visual projects. And so I think that kind of wraps up the majority of everything I could tell you right now. That's you know, priority. Like I said, this is the first video, just a quick introduction into what's going to be going on, what you can expect. Um, my videos, as you're listening, these are live videos. I'm at home, just got off from work, ran in, got cleaned up, sat down. It's time to get this podcast done and time to get this ball rolling. I'm really ready to connect with fellow sound designers. Um, and so, yeah, I'm just looking forward to connecting with people who are like-minded, inspired, and ready to create. So thanks for checking me out. Once again, this is Scientific SD. The website is Sound Creation Intelligence. Please make sure that if you like this introductory video, if I pricked any curiosity or uh, any interest, uh, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and show me your support. Please leave any comments and suggestions uh, below, and let's get technically creative. All right, until the next time, the Scientific signing off. Peace.